Good evening, everybody. It's Shelley Johns here from Gympie. I'm a supervisor with the company. I've been with Herbalife now for 28 years. Seems like a long time. I started when I was 20, and when I first started, I was studying architectural drafting, and I couldn't get off study in the last year. So I started looking for something for myself and my boyfriend at the time that we could earn some extra income. And I found this little ad in the paper, and I called it. And really didn't really know what it was about, but I remember speaking to Merv, who obviously went through a script, got me into a Herbalife opportunity meeting, which went straight over my head, but thank goodness Peter came to me and he saw the opportunity. So when Merv sat in the circle at the end and said, do you see an opportunity? And I went, I think we should think about it. And he went, yep. And I just looked at him like, what did he see? I didn't see. And I was really homesick, so I just stayed around the Herbalife crew because they were crazy and positive and just reminded me of my family, so I stuck around just for that. I really didn't know what I was doing, but thankfully Merv got us on the phone straight away with a script answering the ads that he was running, and so it gave me a really good grounding in recruiting, and basically did Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday meetings, and I started to go to a lot of those, and started working at Telstra, and basically worked part-time around my full-time job at Telstra, just in the half-hour lunch break and after work, and on the weekends, and I built my income up to $2,500 a month, where I was able to leave my job, and then it just grew from there. So I was able to move from Adelaide to the Gold Coast up to the Gympie area where I live now, and obviously my situation is different. I do the business full-time around my family and that, and I just absolutely love what I do, and I'm really excited that I get to work with Ross now, and that we've got these great goals, and to really sort of track through what we're going to be talking tonight. I really want to put that into practice, basically. And yes, it does require a bit of hard work, but you know what? I grew up on a farm with doing lots and lots of physically hard work, and this is only mentally hard. So you've got to keep doing the mental muscle every single day to be strong enough to get through these, and the key is never ever quit. So we're going to open up to some good news like we normally do. So Lindy, would you like to share your good news for the week?
Yeah, hi everyone, I'm Lindy from Canberra, and I've had a pretty good week. I delivered 300 of my business flyers this week around a lot of the student apartments, because I just thought that would be appropriate for them against what they're learning and trying to help them with their finances. And then I had a client who came back to me after 2 years who needed to lose another 5 kilos, and then said that depending how she goes, she might look at coming back into the business again, which is really nice. And her reasoning for coming back in was because she'd seen my pictures up on social media and the changes that I'd had, and that she said that was really nice. And I had to also go into a bank and deal with some of the boys' paperwork. And I left my couple of my flyers there, and the fellow said, well, what about me? And he's into sports, so he's on holidays now, but we've already arranged to meet up in a few weeks and go through all the sports products for him. And then also just did some walk and talk and met a lady who's actually had the surgery where is it not bariatric surgery? I can't think of what it's called now, but maybe that's it. Sorry?
Gastric band surgery.
Yes, that's it. But having said that, she said she didn't know about what was offered prior, and so that was her what she did. But she did know now that she was limited on what fluid that she could take, but she is well aware that she had to take a high amount of protein. So we'll be catching up towards the end of the week and just talk through there so she can feel better, because the amounts that she's been told to eat are so small, and she's obviously not satisfied. So it would be great to sit down and talk with her. So it's been a very busy week. It's been great.
Excellent. Fantastic. Well done, Lindy. That's great. Thank you for sharing.
Okay.
So Coral, what's your good news?
Oh, well, I've been really focusing on a lot of personal development, getting the scripts for going around one-on-one. And I went around today and did 15 shops with that script, so that was really good. And 16, and I got 15 people that took the pamphlet, I've also, a customer of mine has decided to go for the business side and introducing her son and going to introduce her mother as well as the son's daughter. So, and we're going to step up and do some training all next week when I get home. I've actually been stepping up and really delivering flyers. I've delivered in 3 days probably about 2,500. So, so today I walked over 2.5 hours, and so I'm clocking up and getting fit at the same time.
Oh, fantastic. Well done, Coral. That's great. So, yeah, we'd love you to share your script on Challenge Yourself Daily too. Just if there's a set of words you think is working for you, that would be fantastic, especially because a lot of people want to do walk and talks and sometimes they feel a bit, what do I say? So if you could even just share like a brief outline of what you say or upload the script, that would be fantastic.
Okay, no problem. I've just started today, so let's see how it goes, but I will share it.
Thank you very much. So that's all, and awesome flyers too. Well done. That's so inspiring. So Rosemary, you had some good news to share?
Yes, always. I've had several clients which I get in touch with, people if I think I haven't seen them for a while, I haven't purchased anything. One particular chap, he purchases every couple of months. He gets a dozen aloe with continually, and some shakes. Another friend from the gym wanted some joint support and some multivitamin. I had a chance to talk to her today about healthy aging. Me being 72 years young, I like to encourage people to stay healthy and well. And I've got my weight loss challenge tomorrow night, and I've got 20 in that group. So, and that's a fantastic opportunity to talk about Herbalife, and educate and sign up. I have got another lady that I'm signing up from that, from the last group. So, I just love, I love anything to do with Herbalife.
Excellent. That's fantastic. So thank you so much, Rosemary. I was going to ask you about your weight loss challenge, so you read my mind. Welcome to this call, Steve and Jan. Did you have any good news to share, Jan?
Been a bit quiet this week, but one of my friends, Lynn, who's been on the products for a while now, and she did lose initially 25 kilos and keeping it off all this time, which is really, really good. But her son, David, I've got him on the products probably in the last 6 to 9 months. He's autistic. He doesn't live at home anymore with Lynn. He does live in a care home, and he's very, very happy there. But he was overeating quite incredibly. He just loves to eat. Anyway, when I got him on the products, got him on Formula 1 and protein powder, that's basically all he takes. But anyway, he has now lost 6 kilos all around the belly where he was carrying it all. So Lynn was delighted. Noah was delighted for her. So that was really, really good.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing, Jan. That's awesome. And thank you, Trish and Steve, for being on the call as well. We really appreciate everyone being on the call tonight. I think that when you think about good news, it's really what sort of activity can you do each day. And I have to thank Ross last week because I ended up getting these really big cold sores and I couldn't be out in the sun. So you went out and did flyers. Just a few. Which takes a lot to do flyers in Gympie because it's hilly and spread out. But you have to do it. You've got to do whatever you've got to do in your area. And so I just did posts and follow up and all sorts of things. I just found other things that I could do so that I wasn't out in the sun, and took lots and lots of aloe. We drank a lot of aloe last week to help clear it up fast. I like that we're fast healers when we're on Herbalife. And just as a disclaimer that, can't say that, but I feel that personally. And today we went to see Caitlin perform at the Stedford, so I knew it was a really great opportunity, one, to spend time with Caitlin and see her perform, and you got to go to your first Stedford. Yes, it was exciting. And so we're branded, and there was the car park obviously was full of all the people in the demographic that we're, lots of mums and grandparents and that sort of thing as well. So we did the car park. I don't normally do a lot of cars and things like that. So, no worries, Steve. I don't think, is the sound breaking up with you? Can everyone hear us clearly?
Yep, fine. Yep.
Okay.
No,
All right. Sometimes just that fun internet connection that we have, isn't it great? Technology. Yeah, so we're able to do the cars, and also we went and did some walk and talks as well after that, just in the local street, and got to leave, but flyers on counters and things like that, and start getting it out there, because obviously we've got Shondell coming on Saturday, so we really want to get as many people and fill that room on Saturday, which is really exciting. So yeah, we've had lots of things. Haven't got a new Fit Club person come. She'd been basically on the Gympie Fit Club page for a long time, and then suddenly reached out because she was on holidays for a bit, and so she's been coming. She's coming in tomorrow to have a chat about programs, which is great. So that's 2 or 3 Fit Club sessions to build up that rapport, sampling a bit of the products during Fit Club. She's brought someone as well, like she's invited someone to come along, so that was great. So she's doing all the right things, so we definitely want to invite her on Saturday as well, so that'll be tomorrow. We've got a bit of a masterclass tomorrow. We're going to be doing the Herbie egg muffins, the muffin in a mug thing, with the Select, just because I've got a few people that are lactose free and gluten free, so that'll be tomorrow morning. So recipe making's fun, and you can do that in your home, you can do that at someone else's house, and you could do it at a venue as well. So think about the things that you can do to attract people into your business. People love the fact that you can do all those great recipes. So thank you everyone for sharing your good news. And so I'm just going to hand it over to Ross, and then we can jump in. And also, Jan, because you have got Millionaire Team, we would love any little bits that you can add in as well, because obviously it's from personal experience for you. We'd love you to share as you go along.
Cool. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is a carry on from, we talked about the other week about how to get supervisor to Active Well Team, and then obviously Lindy, Coral, you asked the question, what could explain a little bit more on the processes and what's involved with royalty overrides and that sort of thing. So we'll go a little bit quickly over what we've already spoke about just to reinforce it, and then we can go on from there.
I liked all the pins in a row.
Yep. So we spoke about, remember to get the supervisor to go to the Active Well Team. We talk about the fact that it's the products to obtain a healthier, happier you. Wear the brand with pride of how good the new you feels, and then talk to people to help them get the same new feelings as you do. So we spoke about the supervisor. You can do it in that 1 month, 4,000, 2 months for 4,000, or the 3 to 12 months with 4,000, of which 2,000 are personally purchased by you. We talked about this, and we've done a lot of this in the last weekend. I think we pretty well played Mark Hughes and Jim Rowan just about all weekend. It was continuously running. There's a few Jim Rowan ones that go for nearly 6 or 7 hours if you play it on YouTube. There's a Mark Hughes one that goes for 5 hours, so you can just put it on and let it go, and it just will, bits and pieces come up, and you listen to things and go, yes, we should all be doing that. So work harder on yourself than you do on your job. If you work hard on your job, you can make a living. If you work hard on yourself, you can make a fortune. Income seldom exceeds personal development. We've got to be doing that personal development. So as we all know, we obviously have the MAP program at the moment to help people to get a consistent process, and that's really what it's about, is getting them to start to order in a consistent process to help them move towards supervisor, because that's what this is all about, is moving to supervisor.
And it says to new members must complete month 1 of qualification period within the first 3 full months of joining Herbalife Nutrition. So full month. So if they joined at the end of the month, that's not a full month.
Yep.
So they've got those 3 months to encourage them. I think this bag is a really great gift. I love the blender. Don't get me wrong, I love the blender, but I think this is more usable and getting it out there and people and to strike up that conversation as well. But of course I went, well, what about us? We can't do this. We want to qualify for the bag too. So I'm glad that Herbalife's brought out for supervisors. So I hope that you are going for this. So you need to do it in July, August and September. So you got three months.
So you've got to do your 3,000 volume points for July, 3,000 for August, 3,000 for September. So you're a supervisor, that's the qualification to obtain the bag and that you're waterable. And you've still got 2 more days.
Yep. And the smart thing is for us, why would you want to go for this? Because like, God, do I need one more thing with Herbalife on it? It's about having it on display or bringing it out to show your new people what it looks like so they can touch it and feel it and see it. So I don't think we'll be actually using these. I think we're going to be using them more for display purposes.
The main thing with that is it's so much easier to explain to an active member program when I've got that in front of them. Like they can see it, they can see what's involved, they can see what they're going to obtain, and that's absolutely why we need to go for this.
Yeah.
All right, so supervisor to active well team, we have gone over it before. So the process is you need to be doing your 2,500 volume points a month for 4 consecutive months. You need to do a 10,000 volume or 2 5s, and you have to do your 500 royalty override points in a 1 month, all within a 6-month qualification or 6-month block of period of time, whichever that 6 months is. That's what is required to achieve active well team. I'm going to repeat this a fair bit. Go out and recruit first line supervisors. That's what you need. Build first line supervisors. Build first line supervisors. It's what's involved to achieve everything you need to achieve. This is why you need to use the MAP program and everything you possibly can. Help as many people achieve supervisor as quickly as they're able to. That doesn't force them to do it, but as quickly as they're able to achieve it, help and encourage them to move to supervisor, which is the best class in the marketing plan. We've already spoken about royalties, the 5%. So you need to do your 2.5 to get your 5. If you're only doing 500 volume points, you're only going to get 1% from your supervisors. 1,002, 1,503, 2,004, 2.5. So that's why you have to do your 2.5. We've spoken about it before, and I never really knew this in the beginning, and it was never really explained. It was just said you got to do 2.5, but this is why you need to do your 2.5. And all the examples that we're going to show later, which is all in the books that we go and all the HMs you go to, is all based off 2,500 volume points too, by the way. So we're going to talk about this in a little bit slower format to help you understand what it is. So as you see, if you look at it quickly there, it basically says that every supervisor is producing 2,500 volume points. That's how that all adds up. All right.
And it might work out a little bit different. Some supervisors might do more and less.
Yep, absolutely.
Because you know there are supervisors out there that are doing more than their 2,500, and some might still be building towards it. So it'll give you a bit of an average as well.
So as you've gone in the past, and to help slow it down on the computer screen, so you're a supervisor, you've done 2,500 volume points, and you've gone out and found 2 supervisors doing 2,500 volume points. From there, you're encouraging those people to go and find 2 supervisors. That's what you're looking to try and achieve and trying to do. That, in a consecutive 6-month period, you're doing your 2.5, you find a way in that period of time to do 2 months of 5 or 1 month of 10, and you've done your 500 royalty overrides. If you follow that example, you actually would have done 750 royalty overrides. You wouldn't have done 500, you would have actually achieved it before you actually maximised that point. That gives you active well team. All right, that's the process.
I think most of the examples, they've exceeded the numbers.
They have exceeded the numbers. If you follow the examples down the side, you actually well and truly, if you achieve just that, you'll have well and truly exceeded active well team at that particular point in time. That's 10,000 organisational volume equals 500 royalty overrides. The best way to explain your royalty overrides is, whatever it is, multiply it by 20. That's all you need to do, and that's the figure. That's the organisational volume. And if you look at here, you've done, what do I work it out, 15,000 organisational volume if you've done that many supervisors all doing 2.5. Now remembering, not every supervisor may do 2.5. You may have supervisors done 500, you may have supervisors done 1,000. But to achieve the 500 royalty overrides, you need 10,000 organisational volume from all the supervisors below you.
And Gary always taught us to do the circles, like draw out your organisation, even with the blank circles of people that you haven't recruited yet, so that you can start filling them in. It's like if you build the bird cage, or if you build it, they will come. It's that sort of thing, making sure you map it out so you can start filling out. So we need to do that
So,
as well.
so it's important that you go out and get first line supervisors because, like we said, not every supervisor is going to do 2.5. And if you're relying only on them to do 2.5, it could get a bit of a struggle if suddenly one falls off, one stops, life happens to people. So I've brought it up to 5,000 buying points, and I'm going to explain why when we get to the bottom. So you're the supervisor now. You're pushing yourself to get team. You need to be looking at doing consistent months of 5,500 volume points. 5,000, sorry. 5,000 volume points, I'll get it right, 5,000. So you've gone out and already got 2, who found 2, right? That's what you've done. They've done the same thing, right? You've now achieved 1,000 royalty points each month for 3 consecutive months. So your 1,000 royalty average, again, multiply it by 20, you need an organisational volume of 20,000. If you follow the example on the side, you will see that these people by now have actually done 35,000 organisational volume. They've well and truly exceeded that point because they've all done 2.5. Remembering, you don't necessarily have to got that. You will have achieved it well before this point. So that helps you explain that.
So that example is giving you $4,410 in royalties and production bonus. And for you to get your full production bonus as a Get Team member, you need to be doing your 5,000. So
you're a Get Team member. You'll earn 2% tab team production bonus when you do your 5,000. You're going to get 5% on your royalty overrides, but you need to be achieving 5,000 volume points per month to get the extra 2%. All right. And if you follow the example at this point, you'll have earned $4,400 a month just in royalty and bonuses. This is no retail or wholesale profit within that componentry. Right? Okay. Is you okay, Lindy, there at the moment? Yes?
Yeah, I'm just reading it and I'm taking it in.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's probably one of the
You're just quiet for a change, that's all, sorry.
Shut up.
Get Team's probably one of the hardest levels because you've got to get to that 5,000 personal volume each month. And of course, it's designed that way because they don't want you to stay on Get Team. They want you to get to mill and press. Like they don't want you to stay on Get. So So
yes, it's 5,000 for a reason because it's helping you build first line super. It's helping you go out and get the people, which is helping you then stretch and push you to the next level, to mill team and beyond. All right. If it was too easy, you would just get there and go, yeah, okay. It's designed to build your business. It's designed to get you to learn and practice and learn how to build a team of people. This is what this section is designed for. And yes, it probably could feel like it's one of the hardest levels to get there.
Yeah,
right.
okay.
So let's say we'll say the same example, just to give you an example. 5,000 volume points, and all you help is 2 people, active well team. You've done the same thing. But you have very limited business if one of them fall over on you. It's the same thing though.
And it's 2 people active world team each month for 3 months.
Consecutive months. They've got to all be doing their 500 royalty points. They're 3 consecutive months, the same 3 consecutive months in a row, by the way, too, and you'll achieve the same thing. The reason I've shown that is just so you don't understand. You go, well, how am I supposed to get 14 people? How am I supposed? Because there is all variations. All you have to remember is you're looking for that 1,000 royalty overrides between a supervisor, between active well team members, between well team members that are all supervisors, will eventually all adds up. Again, go out, find first line supervisors. I can't say that enough. Go out, find first line supervisors. All right, example 2. You're now going to do 3,000 volume points, not 5. And you're going to go and get 3 people. You get 3 people. You go and get 3 people. Now you're going to achieve 4,000 royalty points each month for 3 consecutive months. You now need an 80,000 organisational volume. Again, if you follow that system and that slide, you'll have actually done 97,500 organisational volume. You'll have well and truly exceeded the 4,000 royalty overrides if everybody did 2.5.
And I get why they're doing that, because if they know if you aim for that many,
correct,
then there's a few that don't do anything and some do more, it all would average out.
That's right.
Anyway, that you're at least going to hit your 80,000.
So now you're a mill team. and you're going to earn 4% tab team production bonus as long as you are doing 3,000 volume points each month.
And so that gives you, what, 8,775 in royalties and production bonus.
Yep. So you earn $15,795 per month you'll be achieving if you achieved that.
And so can I ask you a question, Jan? As going from get to mill, did you love the fact that you didn't have to, even though you've done way more than 5,000 volume points in a month before, what do you think the difference was being able to go from get to mill and not having to, that pressure of doing the 5 and just really having to hit that 3? So I think you're muted as well.
You're still muted, Jan. There you go.
Couldn't find it, the little white arrow. Yeah, it does relieve the pressure a bit because you are building and working with more people, but you still have to, and you hit the head right on the head, Ross, first line, because, you know, not having enough first line, it does really interfere with your business because people do fall over. I've had several people in my organisation, you know, even get team members no longer, and it is heartbreaking, but, you know, the way it is, life does happen. So having more first line to fill that gap, and your bonus does go to infinity until you have somebody in your downline that does become a global expansion team member. And then you get 4% on that particular person, then you get 2% to infinity because the global expansion team member gets the other 2% because there is only 4%.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, thank you.
That does make total sense, yeah.
We're talking about
that. Yeah, so the get team member is virtually blocks anything from that particular point, from the affinity line down, which is what you want those people to be achieving anyway. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
You want them to get to mill team.
Yeah.
And just saying too, with you know, yes, we want to aim for 2.5, but you can go beyond it. I know last month we did 6,300. My best month is
6,030.
Sorry.
Don't push it too hard. All right, come on.
Well, you're aiming higher than that. Best month is 10,600. Jan, what was your best month?
The real best month was 42,500.
So what was it, 52?
32.5.
32. So 32,500 volume points. It kind of seems like when you're going, oh my goodness, how can that happen? But if you're recruiting first line and you're helping people go supervisor as quickly as they can, and that's when that will happen automatically. So I want you to think that, you know, that's just a guideline, but you can do so much more. It's just, you know, sometimes we, it's like running the 4-minute mile or whatever it is. You know, we've got to know that those things are possible.
Yep.
Absolutely. See, when we were building, we never did anything less than 10,000. It was usually between 10 and 20,000 every month that we were doing, because you're building and bringing in people, you know, becoming supervisors. Of course, in those days, people got to supervisor usually either in 1 month or 2 months consecutive, because that's the only way. But you did have a lot of people that became success builders as well. So collectively, you know, it was, you know, around about perhaps 12 to 18,000 on a regular basis. Then sometimes you'd hit the 20,000. Sometimes you might drop down to 12,000 a month. But, you know, when you're building and bringing in new people, that's really, really exciting.
Yep.
So we need to be recruiting, like actively recruiting. And yes, we want to retail too, but we need to be actively recruiting and teaching people how to get a supervisor, because it's the best place for them to be, regardless of whether they want to build an organisation or not. Being at 50% is the best place for any member to be at. So we just keep showing that. It'll grow.
Yeah. See, when you're a business builder yourself, or you sponsor somebody who is a business builder, you know, you're going to do retail anytime, all the time, you know, wherever you are, sort of thing, and you always have recruiting activity out there. So you'll always do some retail because it's, you know, fun to do retail. But your main focus, if you're a business builder, is recruiting first line and developing those people and working closely and building lines of people. Glenn Marin was absolute master at sponsoring somebody and then going deep, having about 5 or 6 people in a line, people knowing one another and creating big volumes. And that's what we used to do as well.
Yeah, I really want to get that culture back into what we do here, into our community of this is the sort of things that is just normal and natural. And it's okay if someone just wants to work their way over the 3 to 12 months to supervise, not a problem. But letting people know that there's other options and at least showing them so that those things will naturally occur in your business. And I think that's what will help speed things up a bit as well. You don't want to take, however long to get to, mill team or get team, and we want to compress the time, and I think that's the best way to do it.
Absolutely, and show them on paper. If they're wanting to make some extra income, it doesn't have to be a business builder, but earning some extra income, show them. If they sponsor somebody who wants to earn some, part-time income, and then that sponsor sponsors somebody who wants to make this, show a line of 3, and you can all get to supervisor. By visual, people see it and understand it better.
Cool. So the marketing plan recordings that we've got, especially the one that goes from all the different ways of going supervisors, start watching that over and over again so you really nail the lines. And they were saying on the last SDS too about people doing lines of world team, not just lines of supervisors. So again, it's just, if you get a business builder and someone wants to run with it, you can show them those different options.
Cool. So just to give you another example of what we just talked about, so you may do this way. You get 4 Get Team members, all with their 1,000 royalty points, you'll still achieve mill team. Again, you've shortened, if anyone falls over, you've already got a problem on your hands, but in principle, you may have moved those 2 active well team members up to Get Team, and you're out building other people. So,
but this wouldn't be your only supervisor.
No,
these are probably people that are going through, but you'd have other supervisors.
So if you're all moving collectively forward, you're all actively moving forward. This is how you can get to the same scenario. Again, you still have to do your 4,000 royalty override points in 3 consecutive months, but just trying to help you show a different way to get there. And then you've got example 3. And you're lucky now, you only have to do 2,500 volume points in example 3. You don't have to do 5, you don't have to do 3, you only have to do 2.5.
I think as a present team member, you'd probably eat that anyway.
Probably. But you do need, example 3 does show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 supervisors. So you're now looking for 5 supervisors, right? You go out and get 5 S's. I'll call them supervisors because there wasn't enough room on the screen. And they go out and get 5, right? That's important.
Got the 125 supervisors.
Yep. So you're now achieving 10,000 royalty points each month for 3 consecutive months. It's 10,000 royalty overrides. Again, remember, it's multiplied by 20, so it's 200,000 organisational volume. If you had that in play, you would be doing 387,500 volume points.
Almost double president's team.
Almost double president's team. I think you would really be quite happy with yourself, and that's going to give you a $70,000 check a month. So again, remember, this was example based off everybody doing 2.5, and we know that is not always, but I'm following examples out of the book to give you so you understand. You're a president's team, and now you're getting your 6% tab team bonus, production bonus, by doing your 2,500 volume points per month.
And I did love that Mark Colson got up and as a president team member and shared his income story at the last SDS, and he said what he was earning with royalties and everything, but then he said, oh, and by the way, just in retail income, I earned like $375 retail profit yesterday. And I know Gary always said that, have a goal of putting $100 retail profit in your pocket each day, and he said that's really exciting. That's like cash in your pocket every single day, and that's what Mark Hughes taught about that being the president's team members still setting the example, and they should still be retailing because they should always be leading by example.
So I hope that helps sort of explain it a little bit better than you probably. I know we go through it. Everybody goes 2 to get 2, 3 to get 3, 5 to get 5, but we need to slow it down at times and just understand that and then go from there. But again, you don't have to do it that way. You may find you get yourself a Get Team member. You may get 2 5s and a Mill Team member. There they are. And they're doing their volume, and you still achieve your President's Team status, right? It's however that 10,000 for 3 consecutive months adds up. However it adds up, all right? And in principle, you will have, if you're a president, you will have a Mill Team member. You will have, because you'll probably got to mill 7.5. You'll be helping someone build to mill. They'll be helping someone build to get to 5. Some will be moving to get. That's why we go out and get first line supervisors. Wide and deep is how you build your business, right? Okay.
So just to run through. So Ross is really excited about this. Just so you know, this thing that he created, I should do a drum roll because he was very.
You start off by achieving this level. You get to supervisor. It's the most important pin that you need to achieve. Yes, they're all important, but this is the one you need, right? You get to active supervisor. Do you understand how to get to active supervisor? Coral, Lindy, do you know how to get to active supervisor? Right? So active supervisor is by doing, yes, cool, is by doing 2,500 volume points 3 months in a row. All right? Gives you active supervisor. Do it again and you reach world team. So in principle, in this business, you can eat your way there, in principle, but you can't go any further.
Until you recruit. You
need to recruit and you need to build first line supervisors. You cannot go past that point without first line supervisors. To reach the active world team point, you need to build your supervisors to give you that 500 royalty override. From there, it's just continue to do it. It's just double that. Just go out and do it again and again and go out and do it again. So Mark Hughes listened to on the weekend, he said, when you've gone out and done it, go out and do it again, and then go out and do it again, and then go out and do it again. Just keep going out and doing it over and over and over again. You will get to get team. Then you just keep doing the process, and you get to get 2.5 and to mil.
It's too late, that one.
All right, you achieve mil team. From mil team, you eventually get to mil 7.5. And then from there, as you know, you pull the curtain back and you become a president's team member.
Wow, you had a lot of fun, didn't you?
I know, right?
I found things to do on PowerPoint that I never knew I could do.
You should have seen how excited he was yesterday. Like, it was like...
I've done some. And you know how you learn how to do it on PowerPoint? Like I tell everybody else? You look up Google and Google tells you what to do. All right, so you get president's team. And obviously there is Chairman's Club and Founder Circle. So the difference obviously to Chairman's Club, you need 5 president's team members in your first line. Founder Circle, you need 10 president's team in your first line. Now, how do you do that? Go out and get first line supervisors. That's what it's all about.
And we're a bit excited to have Shondell come up on Saturday because, you know, obviously she's president's team and we're looking forward to her sharing and really expanding our vision of that. And, you know, so you just want to continue to be around people that have already done it, that they're your mastermind group and they're helping to lift you up. And, you know, print out your pins and put them in places with dates and things where you can see them. The example with the 3 examples of Get Mil Pres with the income, royalty incomes, you know, put your photo in there as well at the top. There's 3 photos. Put your photo in there and start visualizing yourself doing that and building your belief system that you can be there. The more you see it, it's like over and over. It's like muscle memory for your mind. You want to continually, you know, put that into your mind that this is possible for you. And yes, it requires hard work because you can't just visualize your way there, but it's all part of the whole process. So you really want to keep working on this and have fun with it and be creative. Obviously, you had a great time.
I had a great time. And you got to remember, when you get to this level, you have built a team. You're not doing it on your own. You've gone out and found first-line supervisors. You've encouraged and developed them, and helped them with personal development. They've grown, they're developed, and because of that, you've all moved up through the marketing plan to achieve this level, right? You're not going to be a president's team member just with 50% supervisors. Well, okay, just supervisors. You're going to have Get team members. You're going to have Get 2.5. You're going to have Mil people below you. And you've all grown through that process. We're all growing all the time, right? So, you know, we grow into these positions. And the other thing we've got to look at is we can't just say, oh, it's out there somewhere. We need to start acting and trying to be president team members now in our own actions and our own processes so that we grow into this position as we go along the process. Not just, I'll be that when I get that pin. all right? We need to grow into those positions, absolutely, but act like you already are one, right? Dress like one, think like that when you're out doing things. It's important. Everything you do on Facebook is, are you acting as a president team member, or am I actually just as, I just really don't care? That is going to make the difference, right? It is important.
Absolutely. There's degrees of president's team members as well. 1, 2, 3, or 5 sort of diamonds.
Yep.
And then the 10K, 20K, 30K, and like it's quite amazing. The president's team has a big expansion in that. You're right.
Yep.
So, and you'll see that a lot in recognition when you see a 30K pres and what that actually means.
Yep.
So that's pretty exciting too.
Yep. So obviously that's the you've all seen that. So that's trying to help you explain what that means. Again, just go back over it. Your royalty overrides, multiply by 20. That's your organisational volume. You know what I mean? And then again, go out and recruit first line supervisors.
That's probably a good one to print out and put somewhere.
Yes,
again,
put it somewhere out. That's available. That's recently come out in the last couple of months from Herbalife in our weekly supplements. It's out there. It's come out recently. Just go through the weekly supplements. Some of it is a little bit difficult to find within the link, some if you're not looking, but if you click on all the sections, you'll find these things come out.
And do what Jim Rowan says, just tick it off as you get to each one, tick it off on the list. Have that as your goals as well.
Again, it's there. First line supervisors. I can't say it enough. It's just go out and find help people achieve that. All right. So help your members to get to supervise as quick as they can, always showing that this is the best position within the marketing plan. All right. It's just really important. And just use where talk. So that's the end of that part. We're going to go on to the promotions and bits and pieces. You've got all over your face there, dear?
That's herbal LA body lotion.
Right, cool. So I hope that is helpful in the respect of what it is. Don't let it become daunting. Realistically, it's just like taking your first step on a set of stairs. Just go and find one. Then find one more. Find one more, find one more. And if, like Jan said, you can find them all in one row or a line, go do that as well. Go learn that system if you're not sure about it. I like when I listened to Phil Hayden the other week, and he basically said, if you do not know, go find out. I was quite amazed sitting at the SDS when he asked the question, what was the organisational volume for to get team, and the room basically clammed up and went silent because they didn't know. And they should, and like you said, you shouldn't. If you want that position, you should know. They should have all known what it was, and they didn't know. Or they went, or everybody else, I don't want to say. It should just be off the top of my head. It's 1,000, so it's 20,000 organisational volume. Bang, let's move on. So we need to know. Whatever you want, you need to find out. Everything's at our fingertips at the moment, pretty well. All right. Okay.
And he said, always be a student.
Yes, always be that student. I think we forget that at times. I mean, it was quite good listening to Phil because we do forget that at times. You're always teaching me. I'm always teaching you.
Yep. So. And when we did the Future Get Academy with Gary, like a few years ago, he always said that the business is a bit like an escalator going up. So there might be a series of escalators, and some people go up the escalator at a certain point and they're happy being on that level, like in a shopping center, for example. And then, but some people want to go all the way up. So you've just got to work out how many escalators do you want to go up and how fast do you want to go up the escalator. So you can just sit on the escalator and ride it up, or maybe you can walk, like I like to walk up the escalator.
It's not a ride, is it?
Especially the ones at the airport. I like to feel like I'm a super person, like, because I can go extra fast because they go so fast. So, you want to have fun with your business. It should be fun. If it stops being fun, you need to look at what you're doing and why you're doing it, and get back to making it fun, because it's more attractive. You'll attract more people if you're enjoying it. Yes, it can be hard work, and there are challenges and frustrations, just like Mark Hughes always said, the bigger the problem, the bigger the paycheck. You need to have that attitude that it's okay that there may be challenges, but you still should be having fun with what you're doing. It should be enjoyable.
And remembering too, do not take it personally, like Jan said before, how to get team member drop out. It's just what people do. It just really says to you, go and find more people. If people aren't working, go find more people. That's really what this business is about. Go find more people. Yep. The ones that want it will continue to work. The ones that don't or aren't ready for it or haven't got the personal development, will still be there in a period of time and just be there for when they're ready to be there. Just go and find more people. You know, there's plenty of times where I probably got a little bit frustrated or annoyed because people don't want to do stuff, and then you start to realise, well, hang on a minute, it's their journey, it's not mine. They'll be there. They'll either be there at some point or they won't be, and I've just got to go and find. We've just got to go and find more people.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
There's no substitution for the numbers.
All right. So, few promotional stuff we'll go through.
Yep.
So obviously the new trial packs come out. As you notice, it doesn't say 3-day trial pack anymore. It just says trial pack. Right? Which is really good in a respect, because everybody's using it for different bits and pieces and how they want to use it. But it says trial pack. So yeah.
So there's no 3 to 6 day trial pack. You can show them how to use it.
However you choose to. However you choose to use it. Yes.
And there's a new brochure as well.
Yep, the new brochure as well that goes with that and all that sort of stuff.
Yep. I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah. So that was one of the slides you had from Michael Johnson. So you want to read that?
Herbalife doesn't put a product on shelves. We put a product in people's hearts and minds. We give people a chance to have success and change their life. So I think that's a great way to look at things, so that we're not selling product. Yes, people buy a product off us, but it's more than that. We're really helping make an impact in their life and change their life, and that's pretty rewarding. In fact, there's not many places you can go to get the sort of satisfaction you get from really making a difference in someone's life.
Yep. So we have the honours, the 40th anniversary celebration, 24th to the 27th of March next year. It would be amazing to go.
We've got some work to do.
There's a lot of work involved to achieve that. I'm well aware of that when I looked at the qualifications, but nothing's impossible, but there is a lot of work involved to obviously achieve that. But again, not impossible.
So it's open to all President's team members. So congratulations to Pres team.
Yep.
All mills, 7,500 members. Any fully qualified supervisor who does 6,000 royalty override points in any one calendar month in that qualification period. And then there's also a special honours 2020 qualification for any get or mill team member who qualifies for the STARS experience. So it's basically helping 5 or more people personally qualify for Active World Team. You have to do it yourself, and there's a few guidelines in that. So you'll see that coming up in the weekly supplements.
Yep.
That coming out. I would just print every sheet out and put it up. If this is something you want to go for, imagine being at the 40th anniversary for Herbalife at the honours as well. How amazing that would be. So then that will be in Los Angeles where it all started. So it's pretty exciting. So, you know, yes, would it require some work, but why not go for it? Would your business grow anyway, even if you didn't get there? Would you still have grown from it? Yes. But guess what? If you just maybe aim a little bit higher than whatever it is, you just might surprise yourself.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, but you do need to recruit.
Oh, yeah. You do need to recruit.
Recruit like crazy.
Absolutely. All right. So save the date. Spectacular in January 17th to 19th next year. You know, we should be talking to our people now about what are they going to do to get there. Talk about accommodation costs, talk about flight costs.
Yep.
So that if people, you know, not everybody may not be able to, but you can break it down now and go, okay, it's really only going to cost you 10, 20, whatever it is,
yep,
dollars per week. Put that aside away now, and then that'll get you there. No point talking to people in, you know, end of December about, the flight costs, and they go, I can't afford whatever it may be.
Yep.
Talk about it now. Talk to your people now. Start processing it now about how can we do, what can we do to help, and also on the other side of it, what can we do to help you go out and sell more retail so you can do it on retail profit if need be.
Yep.
All right. It's important to be doing it now.
That's probably the best way.
Yep.
Go on profit from your business.
Absolutely.
And because we know what they're going to see by going to this,
Yep,
how much it's going to expand their belief,
yep,
and what's possible in the company, and like that whole weekend of what they put into those 3 or 4 days is quite amazing.
Yep.
So I know that it really does change people's how they feel about the company, especially if they're very new. Anyone that's supervisors that have newly re-qualified as supervisor will get that amazing experience on stage.
Yep.
The freshmen's class, they get, you know, really treatable, so much recognition and guest speakers and training and everything that's available. The merchandise, we know how amazing it is, but you know, most of us have to fly and travel there. to make sure we prepare our team. And
Yep.
you know, you can do special promotions for your group. You know, sometimes people that have organisations, you could help, you know, make it easier.
Whatever you do that's individual to you, you can do that yourself.
Yeah. So just remember, very soon all the qualifications for VIP seating and VIP evenings and things like that will come out, photo opportunities. So stay tuned for all of that. You want to prepare for that now. Now is when you want to pour it on, so that, you know, August, September, October, November, December, you can take advantage of all that momentum in your business. So start now.
So I would say this to you. You should be in the first month, finishing the first month of 2 90-day plans now, because realistically, if you need the momentum to pull off October, November, December, you may need those 3 months in a row to get you the qualifications to be at the front of the stage and do whatever you may need to do. If that's what you need. The momentum needs to start now, right now. You need to be pushing that ball as hard as you can now to get for October, November, December, if that's what's required. There's no point in getting to October and go, oh, what am I going to do? You need the work needs to start now.
So we're looking up here because we have.
Yes, we have a board up in front of the side. That's why we're looking up there.
July, August, September. So that's that 90-day plan, and then October, November, December.
We have 6 months, including this month, blocked out between now and the end of the year on purpose.
Yeah.
Right. That's what we've got up, and we did that. We're working in 6 month blocks at the moment on purpose. All right. So that's why we're doing what we're doing.
Cool. So I've just printed out a whole bunch of photos from the Spectacular, really good, colourful ones, including this flyer, and I'm going to laminate it and put it on a board for Saturday. So it's really painting the picture of going to the Spectacular, because I know we've got a lot of new people who have never been before, so I really want to inspire them to get to this event. So just remember, the qualifications are coming up, and probably next month too, because the Herbalife Vacation qualification finishes at the end of this month, because end of month is Wednesday night.
Correct.
So the new vacation qualifications will come out, and often, and I don't know if this is
don't know exact, but
often they will do the double volume points for the vacation in August. So just be really aware of all those, and that's for fully qualified supervisors.
And sometimes you may not get that announced towards the end of the month. So my suggestion is you need to be going hard from Thursday morning, so that you don't get towards the end of the month and go, oh, if I'd have only known. You should be going hard from the first day of the month anyway, doing everything you possibly can.
So imagine having whatever volume you can do in August doubled towards the vacation. So that's all I can say. It's just you know, see whether that comes out, and if it is, if not, that's okay. You've still built your business anyway.
Yep, absolutely. And remembering Spectacular is open to everybody.
Yep.
Brand new member can go to a Spectacular.
Yep.
Right. World Team Retreat still can qualify in theory. Qualification finishes the end of August. Still can qualify in theory, right?
On theory,
actually.
Yeah.
You can actually still qualify.
You can absolutely qualify.
If you needed to.
10,000 volume points in 1 month, or 10,000 underneath your supervisors. I know there's people who have already qualified, so congratulations. We're excited to see you there, and we're excited about taking Mum and the girls.
Yep.
Not to the training, but they'll be at the venue and having an amazing experience at Manly and Sydney while we train. And so yeah, I'm pretty excited. It's taken a fair bit of organising with pets and things we've had to do, but it's worth it. It's worth being able to expand our minds to go to things like this. So yeah, if there was ever a reason to be qualifying as a world team member, this, you know, these events are the reason why. It's really designed to help you grow. It's in a beautiful location, great guest speakers who really know their stuff. You're going to be able to learn a lot from them. They've brought in, plus you've got Dr. Dana Ryan going to be there as well. So yeah, it's going to be a really exciting event.
There you go.
So yeah.
Dr. Dana Ryan, wellness tours all around Australia: Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Adelaide, and Perth. So Sydney on the Thursday, the 5th of September. Obviously, at this stage we haven't been indicated the times at the venues or whatever they're at. Melbourne on the Friday the 6th, Brisbane on Saturday the 7th. Adelaide on Sunday the 8th, and Perth on Monday the 9th. Obviously, it's obviously a move and a lead in to Dr. Dana Ryan being at the World Team Weekend, because I know at the moment it's a certain number of people who buy the ticket to World Team Weekend get a special workout on the beach.
Yes.
Yes.
So who do you know in these locations?
Yep,
so I know
important.
I've already been talking to my brother about the one in Melbourne.
Yep.
And I love what Mark Paulson said, that start recruiting now so that you can sign people up and then help go through their centre of influence, that they can have, you can have more people at these locations. So that's definitely right. So if there's someone that you're wanting to talk to about Herbalife, do it now, don't wait. But also you might just have, you know, clients and friends and family that you think would be a nice soft approach on getting them to be exposed to Herbalife and the nutrition, by inviting to that too. So I'd be doing both. So who do you?
So they don't need to be a member to go to the wellness tour?
No.
Not normally, no.
Okay.
It'll be open to all guests, and that's what you want. This is exactly what it's designed for.
It's virtually like a HOM.
Without an HOM.
Without a HOM, yes.
Yeah, I went to the one that was in Brisbane with Darren
Burgess, yep.
Yeah, and that was really good. But yeah, just Josh, do you mind? Sorry. You've always got to get the last word in, so yeah. No, I just didn't know. I don't know why I thought it was just members, but it's good to know.
Yeah, very similar to to the last one that would happen, and obviously Dr. Dana Rice has such a way of delivering that nutrition information as well, and obviously it falls right on the date that we'd normally do our Let's Go event, so we'll be doing that the day after, so we can go. We just got back from Dr. Dana Ryan and bring that information into that on the Sunday, the 8th.
Yep.
So, but we've just had to tweak it a little bit as soon as that happened, because of course you never want to compete with a corporate event that you can actually go to yourself. So you need to be able to work your schedules around that, just so you know.
Success training seminars, obviously all around the country in different locations, and more than likely could be on the same time or different times, but obviously the one in for Brisbane is what we're promoting and pushing here, is Millionaire Team Caroline Wallow, August the 24th. Yeah.
Yep, and then you've also got Jason Moran in Sydney, President Team member, first time in Australia, so you're going to have an amazing time with him as well, taking him up to Centrepoint Tower for dinner and having a great day's training as well. So thing is, success training seminars are all over Australia and worldwide for that matter. So who do you know that you can invite people along? And if you can't be there, then you need to say, hey, I know if I had someone in Sydney going, I'd say, hey, Lindy, could you please make this person feel comfortable and introduce them to a few people that might be related to, could you look after my guests for me? So that's what you want to be able to do. And I know Jan does that a lot as well. I know we all do. You want to make people's guests feel comfortable. So if you do that for them, it just keeps going around, because we all do work together. And I think that's a really great way to show that real Mark Hughes attitude of how to run a business. Cool, let's go August Gimpy. So Shondell did a really great video for us today. I don't know if everyone saw it, with Cristiano Ronaldo cut out, which I thought was very clever. So Shondell's gracious enough to be our special guest at Gimpy for Saturday. So we've definitely been doing as much promotion as we possibly can. And we've got all week to do it. So we're going to be doing flyers and walk and talks and personal invitations. And you know what? Everyone's welcome. And I would definitely be saying, who do you know in Gympie? I know there's quite a few people coming up for this, which is great. Thank you for making the effort to travel. But if you aren't coming, but you know people in Gympie, invite them along. We'll definitely look after them for you. I think we can fit a good 30 people in the...
Yeah, they can stand up. That'll be fun.
And you know what? I love that it's a nice little short, compact event. It doesn't drag out for the whole day. It's nice and short. We're going to give really concise information. We're going to do like a gourmet protein ball kind of showcase. So if anyone's coming, because there's no cost involved, if you could bring a thing of yummies that you like to make with the recipe, that would be great, to really show how amazing Herbalife is. Plus there will be some herby beverage served, of course.
There'll be a great HOM, because we pulled a couple of HOM slides together and recreated a more generic one out of everybody. So yes, hopefully that'll come across really, really well. Yep,
so definitely business opportunity first.
Yep.
Shondell will deliver. I've just given her a bit of a guideline of what we'd love her to share from her personal experience. There'll be recognition. We always give a prize for people that bring the most guests, just putting it out there for a bit of friendly competition. and
you get an extra prize, Lindy, if you fly, but I know you probably want to go somewhere else. It's okay.
Don't ever put out a challenge if you don't like the answer.
And then we're also going to do some recognition and promotions, of course. We're going to really promote the spectacular, really paint the picture for that, including some of the recipes as well. So really just show how amazing Herbalife is. And then afterwards, we're all going to go to the RSL, which I know Jan came to last time she came up, and Coral did as well. And that's really lovely because it's nice and relaxed, but it'll give you a chance to kind of pick Shondell's brain, especially if you're really wanting to move up the marketing plan to president's team. You can ask those questions that you maybe normally wouldn't get to ask. So I was also thinking that we could write down some questions that we could just pull out and that you could answer, just to make it a bit of fun, like a a lucky tip thing.
The trickiest and hardest questions you can think of, all right?
Okay.
So just thinking about what did she do to get a presence team? So, those real business builder questions, that's when you'd want to be asking them. So it'll be nice and relaxed and getting that nice, information out of it. You can have a light meal there. I know it's a really nice spot for us to all go. So that's basically, is there anything else? Oh, of course. So, Mark, your success is only limited by your own imagination and your own hard work. And I love the imagination part because you can put yourself into Herbalife. You can still be you, and you can be creative. But then you have to work, and it's not really like I picked watermelons. That was hard work, picking watermelons. That's hard work. This is just mentally hard because you have to get over your limitations, and the only way to do that is to continually work on yourself. And don't doubt yourself, and never ever quit, because you just might get that one person. It only takes one. How many stories have we heard? They just have one person. And we've also seen the stories of when people did quit and what they missed out on. You don't want to have regrets, so just stick around and keep building and keep sharing and talking to people and using the product, like your life depends on it, basically. So I think that's everything. Was there anything else you wanted to share?
Nope.
Jan, have we missed anything?
No, you've done a fantastic job, particularly with those slides.
I know. I don't have to do a PowerPoint ever again. I'm so happy about that. Yes, so it's great when you learn something new, right?
It is. It was exciting learning that, yeah. And then now that I taught myself how to use the rest of PowerPoint, it was really good.
So we're going to convert this and send it out so that you can share it and put it onto YouTube. Yes, you can do that so we can see our mastermind group. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being on the call. We really appreciate it. You check the chat. So,
Nice.
Cool. I'll set, yes. So sorry, Steve, you had internet problems. You can listen to the recording. So that's it, everyone. So whoever's coming on Saturday, let's fill the room, finish off the month strong. You've got until Wednesday night, and just go for it. Do the best you can, and use all of these promotions. They're all set up right throughout the whole year, right through to Spectacular, to help your business grow. Just keep promoting each one step by step by step, okay?
Shelley, what time you open the doors on Saturday? The lady I was going to bring has to leave by 3, so she can't make it, but I'm wondering if you open the doors earlier.
We will set up at 12. We'll start, Rego starts at 12:45, and the event starts at 1 and it finishes at 3. So if she can only stay till 3.
Yeah.
I think we'll be wrapped up by 3 personally, but I did give it to 3:30 just in case.
Yeah. Okay.
So is she coming herself?
Well, she was coming with me until she's seen the time, and we're still in negotiation because she has to be back in Deception Bay by 4 o'clock.
Okay.
At the latest.
That makes a bit tricky, yeah.
Sure does.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yes, you'll have to make a decision on that one, on what you think will give you more value. Maybe have it. What do you think, Jan?
Hard to say. I mean, if she gets any of it or some of it,
yes,
it's always of value. I mean, it's just that if she's coming with you, Coral, obviously you'd miss out on some of it yourself, which is a shame.
Yes, no, I definitely will not be leaving that early, so I've told her she can either follow me or...
We'll see. I would definitely encourage her to still come, even if she had to leave at 2:30, but she'd be getting a fair bit before she left. And anything she got from that day would be of huge value.
Yep.
Okay, thank you for that.
But yeah, so Shondel's fully prepped. I've had a couple of conversations with her on the type of information that's really practical, things that you can use for your business. So she's definitely going to deliver, and it covers all aspects as well. So I'm really excited about it. So it's going to be a really fun day, and I always feel like it's a very special event when we bring all those, all the leaders together and all the mastermind group together. It ends up being a really special event. So thank you very much for your time, everyone. I'll send this recording out as soon as I can. And thank you for always supporting these calls, and stay tuned for next week.
Okay, no worries. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Bye. Bye.
Do you know how to turn it off?
End meeting.
End meeting. And end meeting for all.